Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's good, Coach? It's Sequan from Brooklyn again. How you doing?
Sequan, talk to me, fam. Sequan from Brooklyn. I'm going to write your name down. Talk to me. Go ahead.
Yo, so I have to clear up a couple of things that you said earlier in the podcast that were absolutely incorrect. All right. The first one is that Tom Brown isn't the promoter. He's the matchmaker. The promoter and the matchmaker are two different people. So Al Heyman, he works for Al Heyman. It's not the other way around.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
I know you didn't say that part. I know you didn't say that, but you made a reference that the all-black promotion of PBC is using a white promoter, and I'm just letting you know that Tom Brown isn't the promoter. He's the matchmaker. Those are two different responsibilities within the fight game.
So who the promoter is? So who the promoter is? Tom Brown don't promote the PBC fighters? TGP Promotions?
So I'm going to tell you. So the way that Al Heyman has it managed is that all of the fighters have their own promotion company, and PBC have their own promotional company. So except for Gervonta Davis, but because he's promoted through Mayweather. So if you see Lions Only Promotions, Errol Spence has Man Down, Sean Porter had Porter Promotions. So all of the way that Al Heyman sets it up, which is way better than all the other people, is that he has the promoters doing their own promotion, but he's still backing them financially by setting up the fights. So PBC backs them financially either through PBC itself or through Showtime, which is why most of the PBC fighters are on Showtime. So Tom Brown is just a matchmaker because you have to have a matchmaker based on the state athletic commission. So I just want you to be clearing that up just real quick.
No, sir, sir, you are totally wrong. Tom Brown promotes all of their fights, sir.
Tom Brown's the matchmaker. He has the Tom Brown put TGB Promotions, yes, but he's the matchmaker.
All right, well, sir, go, Sequan, go ahead, Sequan.
Let me go to the second component. Let me go to the second one because we're not going to agree on this one.
We're not going to agree.
The second one is that Canelo isn't paying Charlo or Benavidez or Errol Spence. You're making it seem like the payday is because they're fighting Canelo, but Canelo's not paying them. PBC is paying Canelo, and PBC knows that the fight will generate enough money to pay Canelo $55 million.
Let me stop you right there. How do they know?
They're chasing Canelo because Canelo's paying them.
Hear me out.
And that's not true.
That is true.
I got you.
No, that is true. But hear me out, my brother. Why would they offer Canelo $100 million if they don't know that Canelo is going to generate $100 million? Well, their fight is going to generate that much by fighting Canelo, because Canelo is the draw. Can we agree on that?
We don't disagree with that, Coach. We're on the same page. But the way you're talking is Canelo is paying these men.
Yes,
Canelo's not paying anybody, bro.
I think you
generating this based on.
I think you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. I don't mean he's paying them like, hey, I'm gonna give you 10 million or 20 million out of my pocket. I don't mean that. What I mean by that is because Canelo is the draw. He is the one that's bringing the money because of his name. This is why the company, Showtime or whatever the case may be, they are willing, when they make their estimates, we'll pay this guy this much amount of money because he is going, his name alone is a big enough draw to draw that kind of money where we can not only make our money back, but have it with the profit. So that's what I mean by that. I don't necessarily mean, I hope you caught what I was saying, but apparently you didn't. He is the draw.
I caught what you're saying, but I mean, I think
that's
that some other people, but I think that some other people may not. So maybe you may be saying one thing, right? And then another person, because there's a lot of memes that go around with Canelo going, you want payday. Yeah. And people are misconstruing that Canelo's not paying anybody. Canelo's not paying nobody. People are paying Canelo. Now his name, his draw are the ones that generate that gate and generate the pay-per-view. Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
When people are going, you want payday, they misconstruing. They thinking that when Boo Boo Andre is pressing him for a fight, that they think that Boo Boo is trying to get paid by Canelo. No, Boo Boo's trying to get the fight with Canelo so that the promoter pays them both. Now Boo Boo knows that he'll get the most money by fighting Canelo, obviously, but I think that there's a disconnection that people think that Canelo's paying them. That motherfucker
Sir,
ain't paying nobody.
I say, Quan, I think you're missing the point, because Canelo is the draw, because those fighters who fight Canelo are going to make the most money that they've ever made. That's Canelo paying them. This is what he's talking about,
Correct.
sir. That's
No,
what he's
but
talking
he's
about.
not paying. No, but Coach, I hear what you're saying. We're on the same page.
Right.
But a casual is going to think that Canelo is paying them. No, the black man named Al Heyman is paying Canelo. So when you say that, and I agree with you, what you're saying is 100% true. But the way your verbiage is, you would think that the white Mexican is paying the black promoter. That's what I'm saying. Or these black fighters.
I get what you said. I get
this white Mexican for money.
I get what you said.
And that's not the case, bro.
No, I get what you said.
Okay, that's it.
You don't like the way like the way I delivered the message. Okay. Shout out to Sequan. Shout out to Sequan.
You could put the Bible and defend slavery, bro.
Shout out to
I just
Sequan,
don't
man.
like the way that you quoting this thing right now. That's all.
All right. Shout out to Sequan. Yeah, shout out to Sequan. Sequan got a problem. My brother got a problem with the way I said it. So shout out to Mr. Calderon for dropping that $2. Bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Hey, Saquon got me laughing, man. He said, Carla doing Heymanomics and filibustering. Shout out to Saquon. Saquon funny in the bug, bro. Oh my God, boy. Damn, what Saquon, man. Saquon is hilarious, bro. Oh. Carla, what's your name? Where you calling from?
It's Batman, Coach. What up?
Batman, talk to me, fam. Talk to me, brother. Talk to me.
These motherfuckers are retarded, bro. Canelo is paying these motherfuckers because where do they think the money is coming from? You can't go fight Matthew Celestia and make $10 million. The reason why they can afford to pay Canelo's opponent is because of Canelo's name. So Canelo is paying these motherfuckers.
Isn't that what
the
I said?
reason why they can afford to pay Canelo $55 million is because Canelo's gonna bring 70,000 to Cowboy Stadium. He's gonna sell 600,000, 800,000 pay-per-view buys. Where do they think the money is coming from?
It's coming from Al Heyman.
Al Heyman ain't going to his bank account and pulling that shit out.
The $100 million is coming from Al Heyman.
What are they talking about? It's crazy how much. It's no different. So what did they think? Floyd was coming out his pocket and paying these opponents? When Floyd was saying he was going to hit the Mayweather sweepstakes, they thought he was coming out his pocket and paying? No, it was his namesake. His name on it was going to bring his opponent the most money they could make. God. That's why we say that. It is Canelo.
Oh, man.
They don't make that money. Taylor Plant never makes $10 million if he's not fighting Canelo.
Hey, man.
I don't get it, bro. I couldn't hear. I wasn't going to call in. Sometimes I be trying to just listen, Coach. But these motherfuckers be tripping, man.
Oh, man. This is hilarious. Hey, man. Hey, man. Thank you for calling, man. This is... Shout out to Batman. I can't stop laughing. What do you do? Have you crying over here, boy? Hey. Shout out to Saquon, man. Okay. For dropping that quarter over. Bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Saquon said, I love the show, but I don't like you. Sir, I am the show.
True.
Sir, I am the show. The people come here because of me, because I am the show. How can you like the show but don't like me when I am the show? Saquon, my brother, man, you down 0-3 right now. You done lost 2 talking points off the bat, and now you just lost this one. Come on, man. Make it make sense, Saquon. Make it make sense. Shout out to the Queen Bless 365 for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over. boy.
Say, baby, so Black say, baby boy said, it's your delivery, coach. See, it ain't what you said, it's the way you delivered the message, my brother. You see what I'm saying? It's the way you delivered the message. You're making it seem as though Canelo is paying these guys. Yes, I do acknowledge that when that fighting Canelo, these fighters will make their biggest paydays because he is the draw. But you acknowledge that Canelo is the draw, meaning he is the draw of the money. But yeah, I acknowledge that. But you making it seem like that Canelo is paying these dudes. No, he's just the draw. Al Heyman is the one that's paying him. What does draw mean? The guy who's drawing the money. The guy who's generating the revenue. Where's the money coming from? Oh my God. Oh. I ain't got but a GED, dog. I ain't got but a GED. I swear I ain't got but a GED. But I have a master's degree in common sense. Man, look here, man. I can't make this up. I be trying, dog. Dog, I be trying, dog. Like, bro, like, sometimes, like, I love these phone calls because I like when the people call in so the people can express how they feel. You know what I mean? I'm not one of those guys. If you disagree with me, I'm gonna block you, go off on you. Hell, the brother Sequan said he don't like me, but he like my show. You know what I mean? So I don't know how you don't like me, but I don't know how you like the show, but don't like me when literally I am the show. People not coming here just to see the wall or the chair with my jacket on it. They here to see me. So that don't make sense to me. But again, I ain't got but a GED. I don't have but a GED, guys. You know, I went to went to music school. I went to ITT Tech. Went to you know what I mean. Technical school and stuff like that. You know, after I got my GED, went to real estate school and stuff like that as well. But I ain't the brightest, like I say, light bulb in the kitchen ceiling. But I got a master's degree in common sense. And a lot of these people, they be so busy fanaging and promoting and just breaking all the commandments. You know what I mean? And fanboying. You know what I mean? That they leave their common sense out the window. And their common sense is replaced with emotionalism. It's always, this is how I feel. And when you feel a certain way, you will act a certain way based on your feelings. Like my brother Sequan said from Brooklyn. My brother say, no, man, you making it seem like, coach, that he's deep in his pockets to pay Errol Spence and these guys. No, the promoter's job is to do that. Now, yeah, I do admit that he is the draw. He is the one that's drawing the money. And by him being the draw, this is what the whole fight purse is based upon, of his money drawing power, because he put butts in seats. But I do acknowledge that. But what I'm saying is, he's not the one that's I just slapped myself in the forehead. I say, brother, you do know that you just made my point. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's going on? This is Stacks calling from VA. What's going on, coach?
What your name is?
Stacks.
Okay.
I be in the chat all the time, man.
Okay,
I don't get a call a lot.
Okay, you Stacks calling from VA. Talk to me, fam.
The Canelo, we're talking about Canelo ducking.
Yes, sir.
Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah. That's been debunked already. But go ahead.
Yeah. I think the deal. My main issue with Canelo is that he's a cash cow.
Mm.
He's fighting these no names and these I call them Euro bums. These no names and these Euro bums back to back to back. If you're that on that level, if you're at the highest level, back to back, I should tell people who Canelo's fighting. People know who Canelo is, and I should be able to tell you who he's fighting. You should be able to know who he is, or at least see who he's fighting. But you know, these Liam Smith, these Count Smith, these Bibbles, these Rocky Fieldings. You know, at the highest level, man, it's like, nah. I mean, I can understand if you're at a lower level, like coming up, but I mean, you're a top fighter. You should be every other fight. At least you should be fighting some names, and he's just not. And people are talking about, oh, he's fighting these champions. I mean, to be honest, since when did the fans give a fuck about the damn belts? The belts are supposed to make your name big, but once your name is big, you're bigger than the belts. You just unified in 168, and I mean,
that's a big feat, but no one cares. I mean, who's he fighting? People want to see him fight Benavidez. That's a fight party.
You don't
Party versus Bivol.
You don't consider Caleb Plant or somebody?
Caleb Plant looked horrible versus in his fight before that. No. Caleb Plant looked horrible against Caleb Truax. He had barely 20 fights, just like the guy he's fighting next.
Mm.
Guy he's fighting next is 20 fights. He hasn't stopped his last 6 opponents.
Mm.
It's a good old safe fight. He looks like one of Triple G's cherries.
Okay.
Soft punches who are undefeated with barely 20 fights.
So what would make you happy in a perfect world as it relates to Canelo Alvarez? What would make you happy about who would you rather see him fight? You said David Benavidez. Is there anyone else that you?
Well, I mean, it's been his whole career. You know. Mm. It's like, damn, we had to drag him to the ring to fight Canelo. Then when he did, he looked ripped. I don't know. Everyone seems to have amnesia.
You had to drag him.
They saw him at fight camp. He looked ripped.
You had to drag him to fight Canelo. Who are you talking about?
We had to drag him from 155, this made-up weight class, to fight Triple G. Remember, people forgot he didn't want to fight Triple G.
Okay. And
then when he did, he juiced to the gills. He looked ripped like I ain't never seen him before when he fought him. Mm. It's like, all right, well, I still bought the fight.
So your opinion is
the last time I bought a Canelo fight. So when he fought a name.
So your opinion is what? Your opinion is as it relates to Canelo Alvarez. Your opinion is what?
He's not fighting names.
Okay.
He's fighting no names. He can fight names. It's not about, oh, this guy's a skilled boxer. No, people want to see names. Benavidez. People know Benavidez more than they know Bivol. People know Beterbiev from how he does to what he does to his opponents better than they know Bivol. Mm-hmm. I guess better fights he could have fought better than Rocky Fielding and all that BS, man. Like, this guy not fighting names, man.
All right, you Stack.
He's at the top level.
All right, you made your point, my brother. You wish that Canelo would fight names, and you are of the opinion that he's been fighting Eurobums, and you just want him to fight, Beterbiev, David Benavidez, and other fighters. That would make you happy. So you made your point, my brother.
Fight party worthy fights. That's all.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, Coach. Yo, this is Archie from Vegas, man. I'm gonna keep this short and sweet, bro. Listen, man, that dude that just called on the phone, he's preaching the gospel, dog. I swear, bro. It's like he jumped in my body and spit everything. But this is another thing Canelo do, bro. He don't fight punchers with speed. He avoids that, or he avoids like master boxers. You know what I'm saying?
Can you give me some examples, my brother? The master boxers you referring to?
Like he'll fight like a Lara, but Lara doesn't have no power. Or he'll fight like Golovkin, but Golovkin has no speed. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll fight like a Willie Monroe, no power. Willie Monroe.
Can you give me an example of the type of boxers that you're talking about, sir?
Like he'll fight like he'll fight a fighter like what's his name? James Kirkland. James Kirkland, he has power, but he has no speed. Or he'll fight Caleb Plant, who's athletic, but he has no power. You know what I'm saying? Like he avoids like certain fighters. Like he'll never fight like, say there's a fighter like a Roy Jones. He would never fight a fighter like that. You know what I'm saying?
Can you give me an example of any fighters that's like Roy Jones that's boxing today that Canelo's not fighting?
There's no fighters like a Roy Jones today, but there is an athletic fighter who has power like a Charlo. I don't know. They all duck each other anyway. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying like Canelo, he is one of the most overrated fighters I've ever seen. Completely overrated. Like he gets no respect from me. Like personally, like Julio Cesar Chavez.
Yes, sir.
I bow down to him. I hated him because he beat all of the best. He beat all my black fighters I love. He beat us all. I had to bow down. He beat all the Puerto Ricans had the best. All the whites had, all the whites had. All the Mexican Americans had. He beat all the ones the Mexicans from Mexico had. He beat all the best fighters. You know what I'm saying? He beat fighters who are athletic, like Mildred Taylor. You know what I'm saying? He didn't dodge no smoke. You know what I'm saying? Oscar De La Hoya. I love Oscar De La Hoya. He don't duck or dodge no smoke. You know, when he fought Shane Mosley, I'm sorry, man. I know you gotta go. I thought I was gonna keep it sweet. So like when he fought Shane Mosley, nobody knew him. But Shane Mosley was hella good. Everybody knew that Shane Mosley was good. Fans didn't know it, but we all, like all the other fighters knew Shane Mosley was the truth. Like these guys, they use all these excuses not to fight certain fighters. You still didn't give me that. And Canelo's one of them. Canelo's one of them.
Yes, sir.
Well, yeah, man, I'll let you go. I'll let you go, man. I'm not trying to break no commandment. If I did, I'm sorry.
Yes,
I'm just giving old boy that called before me all the props, bro.
All right.
I give him all the props. He spit it all.
You still didn't give me an example of the fighters that was like Roy Jones or the fighter that Canelo was avoiding that
I'm sorry, man. No, listen, there is no fighters like Roy Jones. There is no fighters like Roy Jones. Like the closest fighter that he fought that was good was like Floyd Mayweather, but Floyd Mayweather, he had no power. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason he fought him. If Floyd was pre-Floyd, he would have never fought him.
So you feel Charlo,
you know what I'm saying?
You feel Charlo's one of those slick black fighters that he's avoiding?
You convinced me, but see, I listen. I don't agree with you with everything, but you convinced me that he's not ducking Charlo. You know what I'm saying? You convinced me that. That's why I listen to you. You know what I'm saying? You put me on game on that. So I'm not saying he's ducking Charlo, but he's not like pursuing Charlo. Like, I'd rather fight Rocky Fielding. I'm not going to fight Charlo. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he has a choice, he's going to choose Rocky Fielding. You know what I'm saying? Like my man was talking on the other line. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's real. That's what he do, man. I'm telling you.
All right,
like, he would choose Caleb Plant. He would choose a Caleb Plant over Benavidez. Why? Because Caleb Plant has no power, and he knows all you have to do is just walk Caleb Plant down.
But he fought Caleb Plant for undisputed.
You know, pardon?
He fought Caleb Plant to become the undisputed super middleweight champion of the world.
There we go with them belts. I get it, man. We don't care about that the majority of us fans don't care about the belt.
Okay.
We want to see him fight somebody.
Okay. All right, but listen, man.
Hey,
Archie, we got other calls calling in. Thank you so much, my brother, for calling.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, salute.
Hey, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate you, dog.
Yes,
Peace,
sir.
Man.
Salute Archie, man.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.